From a cleaner to a manager, Jacob Oulanyah treated equally people of all classes. From a farmer to a local or national leader, Oulanyah received all equitably.
When he has misunderstanding with you, I saw it many times. He will make sure that he sorts with you. He never wanted to hold the people in his heart.
He was always a peacemaker. He would say, okay, you got annoyed with me? Fine, let's make peace. That was his word, always and ever. And he would say, whenever someone wrongs you, don't take long with when you are annoyed with them. Make peace.
These were some of the tributes accorded to Jacob Lokori Oulanyah as members of parliament converged to honor the fallen speaker.
One of the ways we shall honor the legacy of the late speaker is by accomplishing his vision of achieving evidence-based debate.
The motion to this effect was moved by the Vice President Alupo Jessica Rose Epel, seconded by Prime Minister Robin Anabanja and Leader of Opposition Matthias Mpuga.
The Right Honorable Dr. Jacob Oulanyah was also instrumental in the restoration of peace in South Sudan. He drafted the Juba Peace Talks Agreement and was also an advisor to the government of South Sudan, alongside other high-level persons, including Dr. Riek Machar, who was the chief mediator in the Juba Peace Talks, and President Joachim Chissano, the UN Special Envoy to the Lord's Resistance Army affected areas.
The Right Honorable Dr. Oulanyah was a respecter of time and ensured the parliamentary proceedings he chaired started right on the dot. He believed that leaders should be the pace setters in handling parliamentary business. He didn't just talk, but he walked his talk. Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues, he was an expert in law and parliamentary practice.
We always remember the nature of politics, that is the embracing of our differences. Our differences are not a minus on this country. Our diversities, being a nation that is a melting pot of ethnicities, is not a minus. We should instead use it to serve common good. And I would like to invite politicians at all levels to avoid milking ethnicity for political advantage as they pursue their own goals, Right Honourable Speaker. Jacob was a unifier. We could disagree, but we'll give you space and listen to you and respect you. We always remember that.
A life to celebrate and a journey to remember was what filled the memories of many MPs. This they did as they switched on their microphones one by one to eulogize Jacob Oulanyah.
As Oulanyah departs, we must sympathize with his family. The late father, no parent would like to look into the grave of his son. The children, and I would like to applaud you, Honorable Speaker, for the path you set, that we should carry on the responsibility of taking care of the children of the late and the trust fund for education of the children, because that is the best we can reward with a gentleman of his character in the life and the hereafter.
In 2012, when I was appointed the Minister of State Lands, when these mafias realized I was going to take them on, they had to open up a serious fight. And they infiltrated and influenced the leadership of this House to block that appointment until such a time when Jacob had to step in and say enough is enough. I will not allow external forces to influence the leadership of this House and I will make decisions independently. And that's how he managed to allow us to serve our nation in the capacities that had been designated to us.
He lived a holistic life. He visited the whole of northern Uganda when we were consulting to see if we can get NUSA 4 because poverty was still prevalent in northern Uganda. And he always said, we can do it differently.
Some described him as a down-to-earth, setting an example for other leaders to emulate.
Those who are rich, those who are poor, those who are dressed in rags, when they come to those offices, they are public offices, put your pride aside because God has given you that office for a period of time. I thank you, Madam Speaker. Rest in peace, Jacob.
There are things that we should always care about. Like Honorable Mao, Honorable Oulanyah, like some of us, started politics at a youthful age. And while you do that, you can recall that one of the key things that could have affected his life was an injury he got as a student leader.
Jacob Oulanyah, who died in Seattle in the United States of America, is currently lying in state at Parliament. The head of state will pay his respect on Wednesday at Kololo Ceremonial Grounds. Jacob Oulanyah's body will then be airlifted to Omoro district in northern Uganda for his final send-off on Friday. Henry Okurut, UBC.